What's up, y'all? It's me again. I'm getting kind of good at telling these stories. Or maybe not, I don't know. But anyhow, this story is about the time that I almost got a chance to work with and open up for Barry White. Now, I'm a big fan of Barry White. Always loved his music because I really like strings. And he would always have violin and strings in his compositions. And also, the brother just was super bad dude and a very good singer. And the reason why I really wanted to open up for Barry White, man, not only the fact that he was one of my musical heroes, but also, see, for comedians, if we get a chance to open up for a famous artist or a musician or something like that, if they like you, sometimes they'll take you on tour with them. And it's always a comedian's dream when he first start out, or any time in his career, man, if he could tour with somebody that's famous like Barry White, man, get to work auditoriums in front of, tens of thousands of people. And I was going to, use this as an opportunity to maybe be able to do something like that. Well, it didn't work out, and here's what happened. First of all, the promoter of the show was Joe Cribbs. I mean, y'all know Joe Cribbs. He was a famous running back, football player. Now, he played for a lot of teams in the NFL. Well, maybe not a lot. I know he played for some teams in the NFL. But I knew Joe from when he played for the World Football League. That was short-lived. But they had a team there in Birmingham called the Birmingham Stallions. And Joe Cribb played for them for the short time that they existed. Joe was also a businessman, and he owned different businesses. I know one business he had was some car washes. I think he had some automated ones and some hand car washes there in Birmingham. And he had saw me at the comedy club there, and he liked my act, so he was also promoting shows, different artists and stuff. And he had got Barry White and also Nikki Howard to come into the famous Boutwell Auditorium there in Birmingham, Alabama. And he hired me to be the opening act. And I went to the Boutwell Auditorium that night, man, real excited, just pumped up. I'm going to get a chance to work with Barry White, man. I also dug Mikki Howard also. I liked her, female singer. And like I said, I was pumped up. I was really excited about being able to be on that show. Well, what happened was Barry White was at the time he wasn't in the limelight for a while. And I don't even think he had a new album out or new record out. So he wasn't as popular at the time. I think this was sometime in the 90s, I think. He wasn't as popular. He didn't have any new material out. So his tickets didn't sell well. So, I'm back in the green room, man, waiting around, for the show to start. The show is, it's getting late. The show ain't starting. So Joe come back in the green room. He said, man, this show may not go on. I go, wow, what's the problem? He said, well, we haven't really sold enough tickets and enough people hadn't showed up at the door to pay. And Barry White said, if enough people don't come, he's not going to go on. He's not going to do no show. He said, there's a minimum amount of people he got to have before he go on. And I'm like, oh man, this sucks here. So we wait a while longer. And obviously enough people didn't show up because Joe came back and she said, I think I'm gonna have to cancel the show. I go, man, that's bad, man. I was really looking forward to doing this show. He said, well, I was looking forward to doing this show too. So he said, Mikki Howard, I hope I'm saying her name right. Mikki, what was her name? Nikki, I'm sorry. Nikki Howard. He said, she's here and she's ready to go. She told me that even if Barry White didn't do the show, she would still like to go ahead and perform, because she showed up, her band's there, all her people there. She's ready to go. He said, but I don't think I'm gonna do a show without Barry going up. And I was on the same page as Nikki, man. I was like, hey, if it's just me and her, I'll do the damn show, you know. But enough people didn't show up. Barry White declined to do the show. It was an ego thing with him, I guess, or I don't know. It was just he wasn't going to, perform with a small audience of people. Man, he didn't. So Joe ended up canceling the show. I didn't get a chance to open up for Barry White and Nikki Howard. I didn't get a chance to. I had that credit on my resume. And that's just one of those things, man. It didn't happen. I was disappointed. So I ended up going back home that night without performing. Joe was gracious enough to still pay me though, because it wasn't my fault or the other performer's fault. But I got my loot. But it wasn't even about the money. I wanted to open up for Barry White. It didn't happen. So that's it. That's it for that story, man. It was kind of a disappointment, but life went on. I still got a chance to open up for other artists, and just one of those things. All right, take care. See ya.